is a cry for help because this isn't just stealing from me, this is stealing off my generations, and you've denied me the right to have anyone stop the violence. You've taken me and ruined something that I built. All of my videos in Australia are talking about coercive control, bullying, and all of my writing was educated, and it was educated enough. And if these people want to keep me down no matter what, like, if I'm doing all this stuff to do with education, why is Trump making a whole line of girls that are workers in every area that I've done? My life was working, packaging things, planning and prepping a whole lot of like food for people. And also I did my own niche markets and nannying and all these other things. And they're trying to do massive smear campaigns about everything about my work. And apparently they've been sexually assaulting me and opening my vagina and laughing to the bone. They've punched my guts and beaten it till it's like completely ruptured just to make sure I can't have a child anymore. I'm in the middle of some Julia folio where she's completely in love with this guy that's corrupt. He's in Warner Brothers and gangsters and have been abusing me as an old dog face for years. Him and her have like set me up for years just to steal my home and the generational wealth that my mum built for me. It's abusive behaviour, but they don't ever get accountability for just pulling me into all this cruel, cold, mean, cunning, violent situation where I'm humiliated and then throwing me into this water of hatred where they're the light. And my mind's about hatred. But if your free will's taken, it breeds hatred and animosity. If they keep stealing every time I'm doing something good, of course I'm going to be hateful to those 5 girls. I didn't do anything, and the 7 guys, like, they just keep abusing and beating me and building like networks. Anywhere that I go, they build a network and then start massive amount of digital pimping. And nobody should have opened anyone's vagina and ruined the inside of my vagina to make money out of me in a community. It is honor violence. It's femicide. And you're emotionally abusing me by putting me down all the time, making me feel bad all the time, making me feel like I'm going mad because I don't have the rights to anything. All the people that are involved in social work are in massive chat groups calling me fucking ugly. And just outcasting me and poisoning me. The mafia should not be controlling my rights to talk to anybody in the system or any social groups. It's coercive control. They're threatening people and family members got beaten and raped, or they were sending my family members to rape me, abusing me, making me a pet just to abuse me and kill me in the public eye as a fucking dog. America has been preventing me from getting a job, America and China. Like, coming up with bullshit excuses, massive blacklist, books that aren't even me. All of my references said that I'm polite and kind, and my whole life was looking after, like, children and pets as part of my background. Why would I just be, like, completely hard and kind and I'm Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde? I'm not. I'm full of rage because of sexual assault. I don't like it. I don't like that nothing's been done. I don't like that the police are just attacking me and there's this massive, I don't know why John and Julia have caused this massive abuse, that I was a joke so that she could rise in love in society, and they've spent $14 million on a massive honourable wedding. As if a bunch of gangsters that sell drugs and have been prostituting now superstars just have a happily ever after. It's great for TV and entertainment, but why do they have to take over my bucket list of going to Hawaii? Why are they taking over my adventure list of my photography work, of going to get my education? Why did John take over my whole identity of my education? That's what I wanted to do. I said, hey, they took photos of me nude, and I said, I had to go to like ACC, and the whole time I was being kicked out of my own community as a moocher by India. And then they just keep holding me in this massive like identity that I've got a shadow identity of being jealous and hateful and petty and insecure, and I put people down, and I'm like vindictive, and I'm negative, and I'm very toxic, and I'm not. I was very positive. I was the opposite. All over after my face got disfigured, the government fucking demonized me, and I had to go and get all this counseling, and then I went off and started walking every day and doing my health regime. I was making a smoothie every morning, and I was always having porridge with like cinnamon and frozen cherries, and I'd make that, and it was really yummy with a whole lot of like honey. And then I just worked very hard on getting my cholesterol down and getting the heavy metals out of my body, and I was really healthy by the end of it. And you can see in my face, and it's so I can see in my skin today that I've had lead poisoning again, and because it makes your cells go all dull, and they're not letting me shine my own beauty at all. They've sold me to some lab testing for, I don't know what it's for, so some makeup thing to age me, and then they're using economic abuse for 7 years. That's why I'm suicidal, because I was somebody that stood in my own power. I just did my own life, like, and they're not letting me. They're holding me hostage, like I'm a kid all the time, or a dog, and kicking me. And if I'm a kid, why keep me alone and sexually assault me? If I was that mentally ill, why keep me around so much hatred? They use isolation, controlling everything I do by hacking and invading all my friendships and family and support systems, and minimizing me, blaming me. They don't want to take the blame for the crimes that they've done, so they just pay it off and keep blaming me and making the abuse like it never happened. And so the whole system's corrupt, because all my letters from the system keep going on that I'm an old white man, or I'm an old nana, things like this, shifting responsibility for their abusive behaviour. Because there was no need for Julia and John to come to the Pakistan house, and Tony, and they came in there, and I'm sexually assaulted all through Unitech, and then Angelina threw me in that van and was trashing me as trash, and then making it that they were higher educated. But they've fooled the world, because it's like, I was like that too. They're just trying to dress them up and make them look honourable, but how come, a year ago they're like gangsters? How does that happen? Yes, and they're using all my children to not allow me to have any rights to see anyone. They've threatened to out my family, threatened to out the support systems, threatened to out camping grounds. They're sexually assaulting me, and then putting me down like I'm too gross to have sex with. So why sadistically are they sexually abusing me and perpetuating abuse and making sure these women are all protected? So what you're saying is this mafia protects these 5 women and just going to keep killing my family and beating my vagina to make sure they rise, and they're like a great group of women. And it's so, what about my honour? Why can you just destroy some innocent girl's life? I was so beautiful. My skin and my eyes were so beautiful, and I was so innocent. Like, why would you fucking come after me and sexually assault me? A group of gross men all these years. Like, and you're using my children, you're using the police to abuse me. Like, the conduct that's going on, it's like, I got taken because I was crying in my tent, because they keep going in my tent and stealing my stuff. They've stolen all this evidence again and again. I'm targeted, harassed all the time. They're completely obsessed over my life. They don't want me to have my skin back. Without all this abuse, the higher version of Jenny is a goddess, and I am an INFJ. I am kind. My consciousness is about love, and that's everything that I learnt, and I'm not allowed to do it because of the hatred of these women that think that they're so much more valuable in society because of their ties and acting skills. But it's acting. It's actually, these are my gifts and these are what I'm meant to be doing in my life, and I can't. It's even Narita has texted me. This is about spiritual, my spiritual identity and skin, and she said the French are taking my fur, and she said you're being blacklisted off the land forever for being a terrorist. And I said, how am I the terrorist? She goes, you're texting people 40 times. And I'm like, because no one's helped me in 4 years. This is violence. You can't just fucking keep me alone in a box and make me the darkness and steal things that I work for and sexually assault me as a donkey to deny me the right to go to work. There's always some violence going on when they don't want me to go to work. Like they're shaming and embarrassing me in the public. They're and it's horrible. It's like making out that I don't deserve empathy. That you, because you're the USA, you're the Chinese, that you get to do all this violence and spend trillions on beauty, billions and billions in dollars of makeup to make these people very beautiful, and not listening to people because you're saying that we're lower class. The Netflix stars are like everything in our society. They're losing touch. They're making the thing is why would you want an identity the same as me? Because my life is about human connection, is about love, is about trust, is about looking after elderly people that didn't have people around, didn't have anyone to talk to, didn't have anyone to put time into their lives. Why would I not want to be around genuine, compassionate people? That's what my life was. Why put me into a life of violence and hate? It's like everybody's just like using and abusing me because Tiger's made me a toilet star. Tiger and Joker and the Rooster. That's why I want to commit suicide. I didn't do anything to deserve this. I just fucking did my business, and it's like you put all the sexual violence in my life, like tarnishing my life. You keep me unloved and unattractive by violence. I wasn't unattractive. You made me unattractive with poisons and violence and beating me, stealing my nutritional work that I put in, trapping me, having no freedom. You make out that this is mental illness. Your behaviour's abuse. The coercive control, using violence against my children, weaponising sex and humiliation, destroying my personal boundaries. You can't make me fucking socialise, because the fucking whole network's cheese networks with all these digital pimps making everything hateful. You can't keep doing this. Paying billions of dollars to keep me outcast of all the society. Why would this family all do this to me? Why do you want Warner Brothers and all this social networks to keep stopping me having anyone to talk to? The way that you treat this woman like she's high-class princess and I've got to bow down and be going through extreme violence is so unfair. It's not even that. You're limiting all my choices. You're barricading the things that made me happy because you want to pretend you're honourable in church. You want to pretend that you fucking give a fuck about children. You fucking want to give a fuck about all these things that matter to me. Why do you care what I fucking do? Why are you limiting my life?